Hey everyone, I'm Felicia Kashaveroff, an ICF-certified relationship coach and founder of Tend Task. People are always shocked when I share this statistic. According to Dr. John Gottman's research, 69% of relationship conflicts are perpetual, meaning they never fully get resolved. But here's the thing, it's not about eliminating conflict, it's about how you communicate through it. Almost every single couple I work with says that communication is their biggest challenge. Through my work with couples using the Gottman Method and my research with over 85 couples, I've identified the communication skills that actually move the needle. These aren't feel-good platitudes, these are evidence-based strategies that can transform how you and your partner connect, even during difficult conversations. Today, I'm sharing 4 marriage communication skills that research proves work, along with practical tools you can start using tonight. Whether you're newlyweds or celebrating decades together, these skills will help you build the kind of communication that strengthens your bond rather than eroding it. Before we dive into solutions, let's address what doesn't work, because understanding this is crucial for implementing what does. Dr. John Gottman's research identified what he calls the 4 horsemen, communication patterns that predict divorce with 94% accuracy. These are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. If you recognize these patterns in your relationship, don't panic. Awareness is the first step toward change. The real challenge isn't that couples fight. Healthy couples have conflicts too. The difference is how they navigate those conflicts. Dr. Julie Gottman's research shows that successful couples have a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions during conflict. This means for every criticism or defensive response, there needs to be 5 positive interactions to maintain relationship stability. The good news? Communication skills can be learned. Dr. Sue Johnson's research on emotionally focused therapy shows that couples can develop new patterns of interaction that create lasting change. The key is learning specific evidence-based techniques, which is exactly what we're covering today. The first skill is active listening with reflection, and it's more nuanced than most people realize. True active listening involves 3 components: receiving, reflecting, and validating. Research by Dr. Carl Rogers shows that when people feel truly heard, they become less defensive and more open to connection. Here's how to implement the R.R.V method. Receive, give your full attention, put down devices, make eye contact, and resist the urge to formulate your response while they're speaking. Reflect, paraphrase what you heard without adding your own interpretation. Say something like, "What I'm hearing is," or "It sounds like you're feeling." Validate. Acknowledge their experience, even if you disagree with their perspective. "That makes sense," or "I can understand why you'd feel that way." Here's what this looks like in practice. If your partner says, "I feel like you never help with dinner anymore," instead of defending with, "But I helped Tuesday," try, "I hear that you're feeling unsupported with dinner preparation, and I can understand how that would be frustrating." The magic happens when your partner feels heard before you share your perspective. The second skill is using I statements with specific requests. But lots of people get this wrong. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg's research on nonviolent communication shows that how we express our needs dramatically impacts whether they get met. The key is following his 4-step process: observe, feel, need, request. Here's the formula. Observe. State what you observed without evaluation or judgment. Feel. Express your feeling about that observation. Need. Identify the underlying need that's not being met. Request. Make a specific, doable request. Common mistakes include mixing observations with evaluations, like saying, "You never help," instead of, "I noticed the dishes have been in the sink for 2 days," or being vague about what you need. Effective examples sound like, "When I see dishes piling up in the sink, I feel overwhelmed because I need our shared spaces to feel organized. Would you be willing to wash dishes as we cook together?" Or, "When we both use our phones after dinner, I feel disconnected because I need quality time to connect with you. Would you be open to keeping phones in the other room from 7 to 8 p.m.? The specific request gives your partner something concrete they can say yes or no to, rather than having to guess what you need. The third skill could be the most important, the repair attempt. Dr. Gottman's research shows that successful couples aren't those who never argue. They're couples who know how to repair when conversations go sideways. A repair attempt is any effort to de-escalate tension and get back on track. Use repair attempts when you notice escalating emotions, defensive responses, or when you've fallen into criticism or contempt. The key is catching these moments early before they spiral. Effective repair attempts include, can we start over? I want to understand your perspective. I'm feeling defensive right now. Can we take a break and come back to this? This is important to both of us. Let's slow down. I love you, and I want to work through this together. Here's what makes repair attempts so powerful. They signal to your partner that the relationship is more important than being right. Dr. Gottman found that couples who successfully use repair attempts have significantly higher relationship satisfaction and stability. The timing matters too. The sooner you can implement a repair attempt when you notice things going off track, the more effective it will be. The fourth skill is implementing scheduled check-ins, and this might surprise you. Dr. Patricia Love's research shows that couples who have regular structured conversations report higher satisfaction and fewer conflicts. Why? Because you're addressing issues before they become crises. I recommend a weekly 30-minute partnership meeting with this structure. Check in for 5 minutes. How are you feeling about us this week? What's been working well? Address concerns for 20 minutes. Is there anything you need to discuss or any support you need? An appreciation for 5 minutes. Share specific things you appreciated about your partner this week. This works because it creates a safe, predictable space for communication. Instead of bringing up concerns in the heat of the moment, you have a designated time to address them thoughtfully. Implementation tips include scheduling it like any important meeting, taking turns facilitating, and resisting the urge to problem solve everything immediately. If something big comes up during one of these meetings, plan for a time to discuss it more thoughtfully. Many times, just being heard is enough. These scheduled conversations become a foundation for all of your other communication, making the other skills we've discussed easier to implement. Here's the truth about marriage communication skills. They work, but only if you practice them consistently. Start with one skill that resonates most with you and your partner, practice it for a week or two, and then add another. If you want deeper support in transforming your communication patterns, I invite you to learn more about my coaching programs at 10 to Task. I specialize in helping couples build the skills that create lasting change. What's your biggest communication challenge? Share it in the comments below. I read every one and often create content based on your questions. Thanks for watching. And remember, great communication isn't about perfection. It's about connection.